this palette, I'm like, oh my God. Yes, maybe, just maybe 2015, 2016 YouTube beauty Instagram is coming back. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That's So Letitia. And to all of my new viewers, supporters, subscribers, welcome, guys, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy the content. And to all of my returning viewers, supporters, and subscribers, welcome back, guys. As always, it is a pleasure to see you. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Of course, we are going to do makeup, but today for me it feels a little nostalgic, just because I really got off into wanting to like be a content creator, a beauty content creator around 2000. I want to say this was around 2000, oh my gosh, 15 or so. And back at that time we had, I mean, beauty YouTube was like at the pinnacle, okay? Like, oh my goodness, a lot of the multi-talented stars that we have now, and you know, celebrities that have gone on to do other projects, a lot of them, even at that time, they were sitting in their bedroom, in their bathroom, in their beauty closet, in their car, you know, doing makeup tutorials, not knowing exactly where life was going to take them, but they just had a passion for sharing either different things that they saw and they wanted to kind of tweak it to make it their own. And for some of them, it was more or less doing it out of a need because they did not see representation. They did not see, you know, their shades being represented or makeup being applied in ways that they could relate to. Yeah, that's when I like really fell in love with the whole idea of being a beauty content creator. I wanted to do it so bad. I was so passionate about watching other people do it, to the point where even in my Dropbox, my Google Photos, I still have several screenshots from Instagram way back in the day, 2015, 2016, of eye looks that I would try and emulate and just kind of duplicate on my own. And let me tell you, it was a time. It was a time back then for me in makeup. But I stuck to it. I kept going. And, you know, as time went on, I started to see a change. I started to get better at application. I started to get better at explaining, you know, the whole process behind how I put on makeup the way that I do. And I started to build my confidence. Some of that confidence I do attribute to watching the OG beauty YouTubers. You know, I remember my brows used to be, oh my gosh, they were pencil thin. Yes, I am a 90s kid in the sense that I was a teenager in the 90s. So yes, I did live through that original time where your brows were like pencil thin, and you know, I went through all of that. But it was just something about seeing the beauty YouTubers that gave me a newfound sense of wanting to belong to a community that actually supported each other's growth, that actually taught each other. And that's when I bought my first kit. Like, I had my husband go out, we went to Ulta. Let me tell you, as much as I used to sit and study these girls on Instagram and on YouTube, one thing that I did not study was the proper shades, honey, and the proper brands. Because, I mean, let's be real, a lot of the formulas have since gotten better, you know, in terms of pigment and consistency and things of that nature. But when I tell you, I pulled my husband, we went to two places, first we went to Michael's. We had to get my actual kit. So we got me like this 3 or 4 shelf, like pull-out shelf little kit, kind of resembled a caboodle. Oh, I was gonna do it up, okay? I'm like, I'm seeing these girls, they are inspiring me. I want PR. I want to be like the greats, and yeah. So we went to Ulta after I got my little caboodle, and we bought so many single shadows from NYX or NYX, depending on what you call it. I mean, it was ridiculous. I bought so many lipsticks and lip glosses and basically everything that NYX had out at the time. I had it, whether it went with my complexion, whether it showed up, whether it was chalky, whether it was blotchy, I had it. So I went home and I'm feeling super confident, right? I got me some, what was it? Eco Tool brushes. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm like, my career is, here we are. Here we are. The PR is going to start rolling in. I remember one eye look I did where the eyeshadow looked like, it looked like I used whiteout and a black Sharpie. And I took pictures and I'm just posing and I posted them on Instagram. Like, I was excited, you know, but it was a learning curve. And the reason it was a learning curve, and I'm sorry guys, I'm just talking, I have not informed y'all what I've used. So of course, I first applied the Yummy Skin by Danessa Myricks Water Powder Serum. And then I used, where is it? Fenty Beauty's Matchstick in Pumpkin for a little bit of color correcting. Now I'm just going to set the color corrector using Fenty Beauty's Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Powder in Nutmeg. So, you know, like I said, I put up all the little pictures and you couldn't tell me nothing. And I'm just knowing, like, at any point, somebody's going to start sending me PR. Baby, it did not work like that, okay? Like, you really have to give credit where credit is due. Sometimes people can make a certain thing look so easy, look so effortless, but you have no clue all of the practice and hard work and sacrifice that goes on behind the scenes. And yes, I'm talking about YouTube. But, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm perplexed. You know, why isn't anyone sending me anything? Girl, I wasn't even getting any likes, okay? I'm sure people were like, oh, poor little Tink Tink. I was not getting no play, none at all. But I was consistent. I didn't post as much, but I was consistent in terms of actually sitting down and studying makeup application and different ways to do my makeup and different techniques on how to get my brows to look better. Shout out to Anastasia Beverly Hills, because those brow stencils came in a clutch for many years. Many years. Beauty, YouTube, and Instagram for the 99 and the 2000 was everything to me. It helped me build like my confidence in terms of not even just makeup, but just showing up, you know, to see these girls on there, and everybody had their own life struggles, some of which they later shared, and a lot of our jaws were dropped, like, oh my God, that's what you were going through, but you looked happy doing makeup. Like, just kind of being in that era and just seeing the progression and seeing how makeup and beauty evolve, and how you have beauty gurus out there like Jackie Aina that actually held these brands to the fire and made them become more inclusive so that you wouldn't end up going to Ulta like I did and spending hundreds of dollars on products that just was not formulated for our skin type. To me, that was one of the best errors for makeup, point blank, period. Like, we all learned together. That's why this video is like so nostalgic for me, because I know where I started, and it was watching other beauty YouTubers. I shouldn't even say other, because I wasn't even a YouTuber then. Not like I am coming into now. But I was watching beauty YouTubers and beauty Instagram and beauty Facebook. And I mean, I used to watch them and just admire their craft. Definitely the PR. I mean, y'all have to admit, those brands used to give out their whole inventory. NYX was top of the line for doing that. You would screenshot, put in, you know, repost, tag 2 friends, and you could win $50,000 worth of NYX products. Now, would you be able to use it all before it expired, or did it all match your skin complexion? Hell no. But you were still gonna have everything that NYX ever brought out. They were good for it. Motive was good for it. Anastasia Beverly Hills, they were good for it. I mean, oh my goodness, the brands back then were like so generous. I don't think these brands and social media platforms actually envisioned beauty taking off the way that it did and creating multi-millionaires. I mean, with like long streams of income. To us back then, it just felt more or less like a hobby, or like you were bartering, you know. Send me your makeup, I'll take a picture of it, get you a few sales, give me a discount code, I make enough to go buy me more makeup. That's what it felt like to me in the beginning. But now, the superstars that it has created, wow. I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Do you think that that era is gone? Like, is it too saturated? Will we never see any of the superstars of now like we did coming up back then? I don't know. A little bit of me is concerned, because I feel like there's a glass ceiling and not many of us will be able to penetrate it after they've allowed so many people to break through. I don't know. We'll see. So now I'm going to apply foundation. For this look, I'm going to use Too Faced Born This Way in Chai. And now for my concealer. The first one I will be using is also by Too Faced. This is their Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Concealer. This one is $36. Shade that I got is Chestnut. This one provides you 0.45 fluid ounces of makeup. States it is a hydrating, full coverage, weightless 4-in-1 concealer that conceals, contours, highlights, and retouches in a wide range of flawless shades. Here we go. And if I didn't say it already, the shade I got in this one is Chestnut. I'm trying to tone down some of the extra bright concealers that I'm using. Kind of going for a different look in terms of how my base is sitting. So we're gonna use Chestnut. And now I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender and begin blending in the first concealer. And now the second concealer I'm going to use, this is by Tower 28. It is in the shade Samo or 15. This is also another hydrating concealer serum. I'm going to use this for a little bit of a brightening effect. I'm not gonna let this one sit too long, so we can actually start blending it out. And then I'm just taking my beauty blender and whatever concealer product is on it, I'm just taking it across my entire lid and up to the brow bone, so that I'm doing a 2-in-1, meaning I'm blending in the concealer, plus I'm also preparing my eye for my eyeshadow. 2 Easy Bake Loose Setting Powders by Huda Beauty for setting. First is in the shade Kunafa. And I'm going to take the same damp beauty blender to apply this. This setting powder, it don't get no better. I mean, do you see that? How it just melts. It literally just melts right into your skin. No creasing, no crustiness. I love the setting powder. I cannot stress that enough. And now for the next loose setting powder, also by Huda Beauty. This one is for a little bit more brightening around the eye area. This is the Easy Bake in Cherry Blossom Cake. Just going to apply this to the inner corners of my eyes for a bit of a highlight or brightness, more or less. And now for bronzer, I'm going to use by Jacklyn Cosmetics. This is the pressed bronzer in Daycation. I love this bronzer. I know the brand is no more. I love this bronzer, and I'm going to use it until the wheels fall off. Like, it is what it is. Let's move on to our eyeshadow look. Naked by Urban Decay. I'm so here for it. Let's just revisit this palette together, okay? Let me read to you guys off of the limited edition box what it says. The palette that revolutionized neutrals forever is back and better than ever. Naked is loaded with the original 12 iconic neutrals in a modernized formula. Its iconic range of textures, matte, satin, shimmer, and sparkle, proves that neutral is still anything but boring. From the softest champagne to the richest brown, all of your OG favorites are back in this special limited edition. Oh my gosh. And look y'all. So we get all of the 12 original shades plus the dual-sided eyeshadow brush. It don't get no better than this. Let's just jump right into it because I'm excited. I'm excited. For somebody that wears neutrals when I do my makeup, if I don't have like a big event or something like that to go to, amazing. And also, since I didn't say, this is $59, limited edition. I picked it up from Ulta, just so you know. So again, we're going to go in with Naked as a transition shade. I'm going to use my Morphe M504 to apply. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see. It glided on like butter. Okay, that's definitely more pigmented. Color is more vibrant than I even remember from back in the day. And then I'm going to, I don't know why I remember there being like a deep dark brown. Do y'all remember there being like a really deep dark brown? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different Urban Decay palette. Hold on, because now I gotta look it up. See, so that's what it was. It was Naked 2 that had the more deeper shaded. Okay, no worries, we got this. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. I'm going to use a T64 Makeup Shack brush. Let's do Buck, this shade here. I'm going to apply it up by the crease area. And I'm just kind of tapping it in. I wonder how are the colorful girlies feeling about this. It's been so much talk that I've been coming across on social media where the girls are like, we need colors, we need vibrance, we need graphic liners back. Like, we're tired of the blah, we're tired of the smoky eye, we're tired of the neutral palettes. I'm wondering how well are they receiving this palette. Me, I'm here for it. I feel like even if I have a moment where I want to do like a colorful look, I have a palette for that. You know, this one, you're not looking so much for all the various bright tones. You need something that's neutral and, you know, something that you can wear every day. I'm here for it. I'm gonna use a shade brush by Eco Tools, and I'm going to use Dark Horse, which is this shade here. I'm going to apply it below the crease. Let's see, it's giving. And now I'm going to take Sin, this shade here, and pop it into my inner tear duct. And now for blush, I'm going to use Savage by Nars. Going to apply a little Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And for lips, I'm first going to apply a lip liner by NYX. This is in the shade Expresso. On top of that, I will be applying by Huda Beauty. This is a soft matte lip bullet in the shade Last Night. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Off camera, I applied some Eyelure Faux Mink lashes, and I'm feeling this eye look. I am so happy that they brought this back out. Sometimes you don't know you're missing a thing until it actually resurfaces and you like, that's what I was missing this whole time. Now mind you, I own tons of palettes, that I do, but it's just something about the Urban Decay Naked palette that just hits, and it never missed for me. Again, I purchased the original back when I was still learning to do makeup. It was one of the only palettes, along with, hold on, because I found them. What are they? Along with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stencils that kind of gave me some confidence until I was able to walk on my own a little bit. So yeah, this is straight nostalgia for me. And I mean, the price point is 59 bucks. I can understand if, you know, some people are like, okay, that's a little bit too much for just a neutral tone palette. But the nostalgic value alone to me makes this one so worth it. And then each box, I'm not going to bust my box down, but each box actually comes with a certificate of authenticity in here. Like, it actually gives you like a whole little rundown of the history of the Naked palette. I think that's pretty cool. Again, limited edition, so this one would not stick around that long. At least that's what they're saying for now. I will say this is definitely a buy. And in terms of the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer, this is a buy. It has not creased, it has not folded. I am so pleased that I got a shade that was much more closer to my foundation shade this time. I'm liking the subtle brightness, but not the very drastic contrast that sometimes wearing a lighter concealer can bring. So I'm here for this. The price point, I will say, is a little steep, but it is comparable. Actually, both of these are pretty comparable to where we are now as it pertains to buying makeup products. Average concealer is about 35 bucks now. Palette, anywhere between like $50 to $150 a palette. So do with that information as you see fit, but both of these are buys for me. Let me know, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Do you guys like this palette? Is it a pass or a grab for you? Have you, unlike me,